Hi, I'm Luke Ollett, author of Finding Zoe Through Her Art, a son's journey to get to know his dead mother through the art she left behind. The Jack chapter is about Cindy's ex-husband, and him and my mom shared a love for birds. Birds were always a feature in my life growing up. I can remember my mom coming back from a garage sale with a huge cage of ringneck doves with 16 of them. And the next week there'd be 25 of them. And then our cat got in the cage and then there was 8 of them. We had an African gray parrot that hated men, could only imitate sounds like the door opening or the microwave going off to make you get up and think you were cooking something in the microwave. And it would hang upside down a day before an earthquake would happen, almost without failure. We had a cockatoo, we had a crow. I've heard stories of my mom's crow, Croak, and she could scream, Croak! And this bird would fly in from wherever it was and land on her shoulder. I heard stories of hummingbirds landing on her fingers. So no doubt birds had a strong connection with her and she with them. And it's very clear in her art, and especially in these ones in the Jack chapter. The condor, I was told, was her worst picture, or so she thought, her worst picture. And the golden eagle was actually featured on the side of a Hells Angels gas tank. We lived where I grew up with Zoe. We had a lot of Hells Angels around, and when they got word that this artist was painting eagles on the side of their tank, they all wanted one. They all wanted one, and were willing to pay whatever for it. And the first guy said, "Oh, we got a business here. Let's make some money." And the first inkling of popularity and using her talent to make money, she recoiled. And I mentioned in the Cindy chapter that she just really was uncomfortable with her talent making her money, I think. And it is tough because you put a value on yourself, and I could see that as artists, even figuring out the price of this book or her prints. I run into that same problem. To me, the Jack chapter is an extension of the Cindy chapter. My interaction with Jack was brief, but during that time, he painted an amazing friendship that he had with Zoe and shared that with me in a way that felt very genuine and authentic. And it made me think of my time with Cindy, where she expressed the same feeling about Zoe, my dad, Jack. And at the end of the Cindy chapter, I allude to this thought that is maybe more scandalous than truthful at the time about maybe there's something more going on between Jack and Zoe, or was at the time. And as I think back on it now, I think it's just absolutely okay to have very strong, intense relationships with people and not think too much about it. And if it's about birds, that's amazing. And if it's about sports or travel, that's amazing. And Cindy's strong relationship she still has for her ex and the way she speaks of him, it's just so refreshing to hear. And as I endeavor to empower my relationships and have good friendships and get the most out of them in life and share them with others, I I feel I feel excited about the future, about hearing these stories. So thank you, Cindy, again, and thank you, Jack, for sharing these pictures and your stories. And thank you for joining me on this journey.